Mayor Fred Bates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I offer my personal greetings to everyone who have come to join us in celebrating today's occasion. As I mentioned, my name is Tatsuoki. And as a member of the Cold Creek Historic Authority Advisory Committee, one of my responsibilities is to help maintain and preserve the property which is number one Japanese town. Most of the past summer was devoted to broom busting and trailblazing. I think that Grace will testify that truckloads of the broom was removed from this property. The tree planting ceremony which we are about to witness emphasizes a tangible step towards our desire to create a people's-friendly parkland for all to enjoy. As the trees mature, they will surely add a visual, natural elegance to the landscape. There is much work to be done, and with due diligence, we shall persevere. It was some 67 years ago, last spring, when 31 families were forcibly evacuated from this land. The 31 cherry trees are dedicated to these former residents. I respectfully submit as well that the trees also symbolize a return of the 31 families to their roots. It is a homecoming, a happy, memorable occasion. It says, welcome home. As in the past, the front door is always open. In remembering the past, let us also enjoy the present and look to a bright future. We have today with us some persons who have been designed as delegates to represent our former residents in number one town, whom I will now recognize and acknowledge. May I mention Mr. and Mrs. Eiji Suyama, Eiji and Caroline. Unfortunately, Mrs. Yutako, or we call her Tako Kiono, is ill, and in her place, I would like to introduce Mr. Mas Aida. Also, we have from Lethbridge, Mrs. Hanae Iwasa Raw. Her uncle was a prominent member of this community. I have this opportunity to acknowledge one other person who is very dear to us all, a person who is the very backbone of our advisory committee. Thank you to Grace Doherty for her inspirational leadership and guidance. Now I shall call upon Mr. Eiji Suyama to say a few words. Eiji.
Thank you, Tag. Honored guests, Mayor Bates. Tag just mentioned, but we certainly won't be here without the dedicated work of people like Grace, Doherty, or John Lung, who has worked so hard, to make such an event happen. So, really, a heartfelt thank you for the council, the committees that work on these projects for us. Well, not for us, of course, for everybody. Also, the Mayor Bates, Bronco Moncrief, on the council who supported all these efforts to make this happen. Thank you very, very much. I was only, well, not quite 6 when I left here, So I'm really not the person to be representing all the former residents, but being the younger one, I just got picked. The only thing I do remember, though, of course, is the beautiful community that there was here at one time. And these cherry trees, I'm sure, would join this heritage, the past, these families, and the living trees that would take us into the future and have this link from the past to the future. And we really appreciate the work that the ad hoc committee started to make this happen. Now, there's a group of people in Toronto, mostly, they're not all from Toronto, of course, but Manabu Doi, who work very hard with the people here locally. Tokugi and Kunio Suyama, Mas, Tsuruoka, they're kind of the committee in Toronto that unfortunately cannot be here with us and to thank you in person. So I hope that under this bright sky we would enjoy a few moments of togetherness, past and future, and of course the beautiful community you have here in Cumberland. Thank you very much indeed.